Greetings, traveler.
Looks like we are going to arena. So when I'm drafting Druid, I'm looking to do one of two things. I'm looking to play the Outlast Dragon game, or I'm looking to token. And based on the cards you're offered in the first half of the draft, you'll probably lean one way or another. I'll pick the Ankle Biter here over the Zubat. All right, Bone Mirror's a pretty good card. Grab that. Ooh, I have not played with Embiggen yet. Does Embiggen just make your deck more tokeny, or how does it work? I mean, I'm pretty sure you take it because it's pretty dumb every time I've played against it. Chain Gang doesn't work anymore, right, with Embiggen. I think I still just grab the Chain Gang. I usually get enough 4-drops. I think I'll actually want the Saboteur. Just makes your deck better. Ice Rager? Taunt or Recruiter? Man, Ice Rager really suffers from the Fire Plume for 3 and the Pony Man. And the thing that pings 3, right? The Bat Rider. I think I'll pick Mogushan just to have a taunt for Embiggen and a Bone Marrow. Just save our face later on. Hey, okay. So I will say, given the first 6 cards, it's looking more like the Outlast kind of Druid. So I think the moment you just hit Explorer, it becomes more like that. All right. I like Netherspite is pretty silly in this meta as well. All right. I'll probably just take dragons and do dragon things at this point. Direhorn's not bad. Dragons and do dragon things. Plague helps you get there. Dragon things, do dragon things. Spend 10 mana on minions. Summon a minion from your deck. Now, grab Druid of the Claw. Why not Recruiter? I don't like it. I think it's very slow and the upside is minimal. Strong Shell with the Plague is pretty nice. So, Wrath or Amani? I think I'll take the Flex over the Amani, but it's because our decks go, ooh. So we're playing more slow control-y. I'll be interested. Interesting. Ooh, Gyro or Bear? I might want the Gyro. Curious what Lightforge rates these. Isn't a 1 mana 2/2 overpowered? No. It's like a Cult Apothecary. No. What's it called? The 2/2 that heals you? We've already had that, right? So Gyrocopter comes in at a 106. Moni Warbear comes in at a 131. Really? Maybe that's just Druid. They still have quite a bit of upside for Warbear. Okay, Alright, I'll probably just move with Lightforge down there. Let's grab the Warbear. Do I want Direhorn? Big Boy Druid's kind of fun. Hey, okay. I guess we got rewarded. Spelkin's not bad, but we might need a Spider Tank here. It is another dragon for dragon synergy things, though. I'm just gonna grab it. We're going full. So we're getting lucky, right? We're hitting a lot of the neutral dragon synergy cards, so that's pretty lucky. Yeah, we're going full memes, full control Druid this one. Oh my lord, let's go. All right, so we're already all in on just not dying. What the heck? Santa, is that really you? I think I may have a vague idea who this is. Holy crap. Thank you so much for the 100 euros, Santa. Holy crap. That's insane. Man, this stream, it's been something. Say thank you to Santa, guys. Right? Christmas came early, I know, right? Crazy. Because I usually stop at around 4, but that's not gonna happen now. All right, Santa extending the stream feels good, man. So, is it a pit fight or is it Mark of Nature or is it dragon? It has dragon in the name. I might just take Mark of Nature just to be able to taunt something. I feel like we have generic stuff to play. I want things to have taunt. Probably needs more early game when we can afford it. Oh man, we're hitting everything, right? We're hitting everything. More taunts. Dragon. It's pretty good. And another Scale Rider to top it off. Wow. We hit the nuts, guys. This will be fun to play, for sure. I'll see what I can do for this run, right? It's a pretty cool deck, so... Oh my lord. It's a pretty cool deck, so I don't want to crash and burn it. So I'm going to play as long as I feel well, if I feel focused. I've been quitting at around the 6-hour mark most of my streams, just keep myself fresh. But I'll push it as long as I feel good.
Happy Feast of Winter Vale.
Happy Feast of Winter Vale. Like, when you look at the deck, it doesn't even have that much value on when you just look at the curve. But then there's Discover a Spell, Discover a Dragon, 2 things here to discover a dragon. There's buffs, there's draw a card. It's a lot of stuff. We don't have to rush anything here. You might say, hey, you have 2 3-mana cards. Why not coin it? It's because cards are going to cost 1 more when we draw them. So saving coin is kind of nice, and our opponent's not being aggressive at all. We can take our time and just slowly respond to what they do. Not bad. So we can have a 3/3 on an empty board, or we can taunt. But I kind of like saving Mark of Nature for when we hit a big minion that doesn't have taunt yet. So we'll just play it slow here, just react. Boop. Next turn, maybe Mark, maybe coin, probably coin. That's a 3/9, huh? Take them out. Yeah, and Biggin just changes the flow of the match completely. Your opponent is automatically the attacker. All your stuff is so much stronger.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Someone's gotta lead the charge. Getting executed here? We are. It's fine. Popping it, popping it. Astonishing. He's got another one. Right? Spectacular. Oh, this is actually actively bad, huh? It's kind of funny. Attack twice with your hero, add 3 claws. Oh, okay. That's some synergy. Oh, wow. He's popping, dude. He's actually Pirate Warrior. Holy Pirate Warrior, dude. Actually drafted Pirate Warrior. That is not good, huh? I think I might just charge this in here. Just to try and get around him rushing something in here. Or using an Arcanite Reaper or something. And the next turn we'll drop a big taunt.
What to do? Where shall I strike?
So sad.
Can you get
Because you can make a 4-6 taunt and let him crash in there, but the only upside you gain from that is that a 1-1 dies. I would rather just guarantee that it dies anyway. Plague, come on. We're not too desperate yet. We're not too desperate yet. Remember, everything's +2/+2, so that's just the 6 and 10 right here.
We must stop this corruption.
Big Taunt or Evasive Worm. I have Cheaty Ankle Biter to finish this off if it trades in here. So I'm thinking more Taunt, more better at this point. He did pop off with Pirate Warrior though, holy crap. I mean, we're doing Dragon Druids to be fair, so. Ooh, that order. That's right. Just jam it all in there. Boopity boopity bop. So we're gonna use Ankle Biter. That means we have 5 mana to work with. Putting down Historian is okay. Alternatively, that's probably fine to be honest. Actually, we could slap the taunt on. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Big lifesteal. Gets 7 health. Then you put the quest down. My one problem with that is if I want to taunt with this next turn, I won't be able to discover anymore. So I think it's a close call, but I'm going to go in favor for this guy. I think I just want more options. Oh shit. I don't think my hero power does more than getting this down. Also, Embiggen benefits more from spreading than playing single big minions, right? Because every minion I play is +2/+2 total. So probably spreading is better than just slap and taunt here. Yeah, Historian has an amazing stat line to bonus. Now we could hero power and put a 7/7 taunt down. Ooh. That is okay-ish. Because we can hero power to Worgen, Savagery, Scorcher. This is that, this is that, this is that, this, and this remains. And we're 1 out of 2 here. Lightwell looking after itself. I bet he didn't really see this game going like this when he had that pirate opener. We've been on the back foot, but we're getting there. That's annoying. So we're gonna get Claws. And we just hit Pounce Hero Power on this. Pounce Hero Power on this, 8 mana remains. 8 mana. You could charge into this and trade. But you could also just go Spellkin, taunt it up or something. So we got another Claw, but I think we're happy with our play.
For the wilds. Time waits for no one.
We should just maximize our taunt health, to be fair. I guess I can throw this on here, but I kind of like giving this taunt. Claw! Claw, claw, claw! It's just healing, right? This is 8 health we're holding. We can just dunk him for 8, right? 4 of a kind. We can't lose. This has been a very, very slow game, and I think our opponent could have potentially conceded, but it's a long process of taunting him out, and he might not necessarily know, right?
Well played.
So this is hitting for 6.
Your feeble for the wild.
One of the only ways we lose is if we don't taunt this turn, so we don't have to play the Dire Horn. Just make sure there's always a taunt down so he can't surprise burst us down, but it'd be a lot of damage out of nowhere.
We hear your heart.
Okie dokie. Ooh, Plague off the top would be beautiful here. So this hits for 5. Honestly, it's just over, right? It's just over. We don't have to taunt anymore because he doesn't have a board, so. No, Bone Mare, why? I mean, he's choosing to stay in this game, so. We could also heal up at any time. Oh, right, it's a 7/7. It doesn't really matter once again, right? We could just sort of do whatever here. I do want the overkill, so. I'm thinking too much about this one, right? Let's gain some armor. Let's not take damage. Let's keep taunt health high. It's over, right? Like, just make sure we stay healthy. Next turn we drop the Emerald Explorer. It's like whatever. $21, $23, $25, $27, $25, $27, $29.
Where shall I strike?
Call it an even 30.
For the wild.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
That was like a Battlegrounds win. Yep, just smack him for 30. I think we're looking for Scale Riders. We're looking for Embiggen and for a 1-drop. This deck is Poggers. It's very dragony.
Happy Feast of Winter Vale.
Happy Feast of Winter Vale.
Thank you.
It feels like we've already won with this opener. Which is pretty cocky, but you have a 1-drop and 2 3-drops in a deck with loads of value. Feels like this deck loses to more outrageous dragons, or people with just the silly aggro opener when we're whiffing. I think I'll keep the pounce. I'll get rid of the 2-1. There's a chance he already committed mana to ping, so it's fine. Can cash in on the 2 damage later. How can it go on his minion? Give a minion, wow. Keep the harvest going though. I don't want to make 3/2s because I might have to Scorch her and then they could become ping targets. Also big minions usually pretty decent against mage.
Your magic shall not.
Wow, 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 wow. Or not.
Where shall I strike?
Take them out.
We're gonna get long games, right? The combo. We can definitely play it slow. This is sort of tricky, right? To know when it's okay and know when it's not okay. But your deck is actually not that great at killing people, so if you push aggressively and burn resources, they may actually run you out of steam. But our deck is excellent. Our deck is excellent at defending, so we'll just let him do stuff, and then we'll do the plague at some point. Hey, Shay Shapiro. Was good fun. Was good fun. All right, so we'll just play our dragon first, and then wait. All right. Once upon a time. Defense is the best form of attack. Ooh, that is a problematic card. I will be honest. I cannot kill that. This is not good. Probably one of the best things you get to play. A 5/4 untargetable or a 3/6 taunt. We have Scavenger. Being able to make taunts seems like a good idea. If he deals 3 to our board and then attacks, this goes to 2. Preemptively trading in the Historian and using my face is an option, but I take 8 damage. Kinda don't hate it though. The 3 damage is definitely an option, right? That saves me this thing. I don't think we're afraid of him killing us. We're afraid of him running us out of value or getting a 6 swing with an army or something. So yeah, getting at least 2 Lich King cards is scary. Why do you play the Discovered Explorer instead of the one from your deck? Because he knows that's a dragon?
Welcome to their show.
Ooh, ooh, wow, holy, whoo, that was wrong on a couple of levels. Okay then. So, you do one of 2 things if you're him. You either kill the guy and then play Tyrant, or you play Tyrant and you don't attack. You do not play Tyrant and then attack. That is not the play. That is not the play. All right, well, let's move on. I guess we want to curve with these guys instead of jamming this.
A simple spell.
Okay.
Time waits for no one.
He still has his Lich King card. Could be damage to our boards. Could be an anti-magic shell. Could be anything, really. If I was super tryharding, I'd definitely ruled some out. Alright, it's an army. So it looks like we might be spreading a plague this turn. So we want to play Spreading Plague, and we want to play Strong Shell Scavenger in the same turn. The problem with that is that we cannot check for Counterspell and play the Scavenger. Splitting Image is awkward, but I'm honestly willing to settle for it. So I'm just gonna boop and see if it's Image. It's funny, right? When giving him a 2/14 sounds kind of okay. We might just have to play a slower turn. It's so good, though. I think we might risk something by not trying it. I could just go for the... Well, no, if it's Mirror Entity, it's so much worse if we just jam this. I think we just try. I think we try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Shit happens. Oh, thank God. I think I chunk. Not 100% sure. The thing is, like, you can look at everything that can go wrong, but then you can look at everything that can go wrong if you don't try it. And I think there's way more things that go wrong if we don't try it. Because we do not have a small minion aside from the Scavenger to test for Mirror Entity, which is probably way more likely than any other secret. So you'd be playing an Explorer this turn. You could Wrath to try and draw a card to find a small minion, but sometimes you just have to take a chance, and this felt like a turn where I just had to say, you know, if it's... He just played Army of the Dead, right? If I want to come back on this board, I need to try and make a move. That looks like the pre-hit worked out. Alright, so we played a second secret, which can be Counterspell now. I think we start by playing a Saboteur, because I probably want to play Explorer this turn. So we'll test if the second one is a... no, the second one is not Entity. We'll attack this. I might claw that, right? I might claw that. Let's see what's in the box. It can still... Oh, he has a full board. You're totally right. Alright, it doesn't matter then. We'll play around it like this then. Ysera seems excellent here. Just need to make sure we can play around the Entity then, right? Alright. The first one... Oh, was his board filled on the first one? It was, right? We're just gonna trade some, I guess. We could have also gone... I mean, we could go face, but there's not much time to think. And I'm not sure exactly which AoE hits me for how much, and blah, 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 blah. So if you look at your hand, you look at the state of the game, if you trade it out, you'll probably win. Okay.
Sneak attack.
Oh, actually vaporize. Okay. I guess I messed up a little bit then, but I don't think it matters. I'll be honest. I don't think it matters, chat. I think we just take this game. Especially later on in the stream, it's more important that you manage the overall flow of the game more than specifically is the turn executed properly or not. Like, we're not going to lose because I didn't get Ysera now in this turn, right? But we might lose because I may give him... Like, that Spreading Plague turn was far more important to get right.
Malfurion versus Maiev. None can
my combo. This is obscene. It's pretty dirty, for sure. The power level between the good cards from this set and good cards from other sets is ridiculous. So then the power level between good cards from this set and average or bad, or from this set or average or bad cards, it's, yeah, it's quite stupid. Oh, this costs 3 now. I was gonna say I'll just do this next turn, but right. It's probably better to just keep jamming on curve then. Let's have a new one. It feels like the game's already over, right? So it's just... That's silly, man, what you can do sometimes. How would you say is this power level compared to Saviors of Oldham? Give me some cards from Saviors of Oldham.
Well played. I see a vision in your face.
It's funny, like he knows it's over. Pretty dumb. Oh, reborn stuff. Yeah, there's some cards in here that make Wrapped Golem look like a chump. That gives you, if that gives you an indication of how good the set is. There's legit some cards in here where you go like, Wrapped Golem? Is that even good? It's okay, I guess. Try to get a claw for next turn or something. Stop distracting me! Yeah, I'm not a fan, to be honest, of the set. We'll see where they take it, right? It might be the start of a new design philosophy and all that. But as I mentioned before, if they are going to make cards more powerful on average, they will need to stop doing the rotating sets thing in Arena. Because you can't have these guys play with, you know, old school, underpowered cards. The Plague. We have the Plague. Could probably just trade and keep playing on curve, to be honest.
We must stop this corruption.
Just have a spare Deathwing, you know, just in case. Like, we haven't done anything. Look, we haven't done anything. And we're insanely far ahead on cards.
Your magic shall not save you.
Alright, this is his push, right? This is where he tries to make it happen. And you just have a very large... Like, we could do whatever again, right? I'm just gonna play a taunt again. Kill the Wind Fury, I think. Back up Deathwing. I mean, come on, man.
Stop the rot!
Gotta kill the Wind Fury. I feel like more can go wrong if I leave the Wind Fury up. Bone Mirror? Point that left, right? You can get a triple Deathwing. Does that, like, not discard your hand? Is that the Deathwing triple? Dude, look at this. It's a 7-9 rush. What a taunt. Once again, we could do other stuff, but let's just not waste too much brain power. Like, we're just running him out of cards by playing taunts. Looks like you can get a triple. And we're still on 19 health, no 20 health, right? Proc doesn't get to attack. Yeah, I mean, we played Embiggen, which sounds... This is ridiculous, right? It costs 3 and you have to kill off mana crystals? And like, oh my god, dude. This comparatives. Ah, excellent. Another win. Oh, I think if you go first with a 1-drop and a Scale Rider, they have to do some silly things to kill this deck. With an active Scale Rider, that is, right? It's like you just have a Fire Plume Phoenix on turn 3 as player 1. That's so crazy.
Style. Luckily, you have me.
Honestly, I don't even want to kill that, but I'm going to probably don't want to give him a tick. We probably should reduce the variance. On average, I don't think you want to kill that because I think the effect is bad, like Malchezaar is bad. But we should probably aim to reduce variance with our deck. Because if everything goes the way it normally goes, we win. So we could snipe that, but it doesn't feel worth it. I'd rather contest it with a Harvest Golem or let him trade. Sure. Do me trade? Me do trade. Just play pure tempo. That's a mistake you're quite likely to make if you don't have much experience with these type of decks. Yeah, they have a lot of value, but that means that you shouldn't play for the value. It's a bit opposite. You if you have a deck that has a lot of value, you should play for tempo because you're inherently already going to have more stuff than the opponent because of the design of your deck. So, ooh, nearly hit that turn. So you should be focused on how to not die. So we could value trade here and set up his Scorcher, which means I would probably better off playing a Whelp because 5 and hero power kills his Scorcher. I don't really want to trade off my Harvest Golem if I don't have to. We'll let him use Maelstrom or Scorcher if he has it. Get it out of the way. Wow. Lots of overload.
Where shall I strike?
Just play slow. Always play for tempo. Well, that's the thing, right? If you want to really, really push your average, you need to know when to break the rules. But if you don't know the rules, first learn the rules, learn how to play by the rules, and then as you try to get better, you learn when to break the rules. Because even with a deck like this, you will play for value in certain situations, but it is far more likely that you have to play for tempo. Oh man, this is downright dirty. We're always doing this, right? Because we're gonna keep a dragon in our hand. Like, you don't even want a Scorcher, but it's pretty decent tempo, so you'll still take it, I think. How can any deck beat this deck? I draw these cards, and they point their minions right here. This is how we lose.
How about a new eye?
I see a vision in the flames.
Guess we just go Gift of the Wild at this point. He's at 13 and we haven't really done much. I mean, we can kind of do what we want again, right? It's just, we can kind of freestyle it, to be honest. How do you like Embiggen? It's pretty good. Prince Kaliseth was also pretty good. I think Kaliseth, if you have a Kaliseth deck, is probably still better, right? Because you get a 2/2 on the board on 2, instead of just throwing away your card, and you don't have to pay the tax. So Kalaset's still better, but that's a pretty high bar to set, right? So Kalaset, yeah, but I'm saying an active Kalaset and a Kalaset deck, right? So that's a very, very high bar to set. I think you still just slam Ysera, make him have it. Because the Plague turn isn't all that.
I dream
Trading might have been wrong. If he doesn't have a Hex, it's over, right? We just win. Yeah, so guys, obviously Embiggen is better than a Kalaset on average. Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But that's not the question, right? Oh, he got it. Nasty. Maybe we should have gone for it. Monka, I mean, we're fine, right? The deck is filled to the brim with value, and we have this ready to stall and this, so we're fine. It's just gonna take a bit longer. It's Two Faceless Corruptor. I guess as a shaman on 3-0, you can expect something.
By moon and spear! Treasure? Loot? What more can I ask for?
What more can I ask for? Treasure, loot.
Take them out!
I think that something they could do to make this feel more fair. Oh lord, please give me a dragon. Something they could do to make this feel more fair is to issue a penalty on legendaries in offering rates. Because the amount of times you just get Deathwing or Ysera, it's just like, well, that was fun, but I have a really, really strong dragon and you probably don't. So get out of my game. We're off again, guys. Come on. He's immediately the attacker now. You can't really play control against an Embiggen deck. Oh, not a minion. Never lucky. Turn 2, Fireplume Phoenix, by the way. Also known as SI Agent. It's like, you can concede here. You have no pressure, all my minions are better. Like, if she would know my deck, I would just show the deck list and be like, do you want to do this or not? Feels like they have a very limited window. And the window is passed. It's turn 2. The window is closed. Oh, that's dirty. I'm laughing with it, but it's kind of sad when you think about it. It's like turn 2 and my chance to win is through the roof. Alright. That could be a Deathwing, right? So I have to pay attention now. It's potentially a Deathwing in the hand.
Shall we put a kink in your plans?
Doesn't it discover a spell? Oh, you're right. It's but a measly spell. Alright, we could have put a 4-5 down as well. But I think I'm okay for potentially pinging something with it. Who wants a piece of this? I guess we just play it now. Ha 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 ha. Sneak attack. It's kind of funny where a lot of the games feel more like a formality, where you just have to make sure you don't get destroyed in the early game and then just slowly drive it home. Just, you know, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up. Ooh, he's gonna get that. He's gonna get that big boy though. Please no. He didn't get unlucky? What the hell? There's no way you hold that in this situation. Okay.
For Blackwood.
We must stop this corruption.
Probably still Nefarian. I'm thinking about the taunt. Actually, I do have a dragon. Honestly, we would probably take the taunt. So this is me saying that Nefarian is a much better card when it comes to value. But it could be that next turn I want something to do with Mark of Nature, and then I'll have a 3/6 taunt I can play. And then the entire deck is big value because we have Embiggen going on. So, probably better. You have a Warbear for taunt. Yeah, but I mean, I could give an answer that literally every other card in my deck is value right now. So, I probably need defense more than I need more offense. Like now we can do that, right? We can play the Mark and we have a play. Probably just pump this to trade. Then play a 3/6, which then opens up the trade back here. Because, I mean, look at this hand, right? You already have, what is this, a 9/9 Dire Horn, 5/7 Spellkin, 7 and 9 Warbear. Just something to spend your mana on, giving you more flexibility is probably going to boost your win rate more than grabbing yet another high value card.
What to do?
But normally you'd pick the Nefarian because it's such a better card. But we've deemed that we're already going to outvalue him, so we should focus on defending more. Okay. Sort of have to not play a big boy here. Oh, it's a 6/6, not an 8/8. Okay. Frozen Clone. Okay. Claw and Roots. So we could just kill the 3/8 and make him take damage on his guys. That's probably fair. Is there any cheeky way for me to get more out of this? I don't think so, right? I got perfect damage as well. So. Pretty much all you wanted off this, right? A way to get rid of that. Mage getting more dragon breaths. Let's hope that this was his dragon and there's no other ones. Oh, that's not true. He can activate the first breaths with the second dragon. Are you saying we might take damage in the upcoming turns? We could still lose because he's got really good tempo with the 6/6 coming on the board.
What to do?
But we're not going to lose because we're running out of cards. We're going to lose because he's got board and he's going to smack us with it. What second dragon? The Spellkin. This doesn't discover... I mean, this discovers spells, but the Frozen Clone gives him 2 of the copy, so he has 2 dragons.
Time runs out on me.
No, my combo. All right. So we'll never be able to do it in the same turn. So you could take your dudes now, or you could Bone Mare Giving this 10 health, trades 7 health. 7 health is 6 in a ping, which is still pretty easy for him. And Biggin sucks? I know. What the hell? This is a 7-9. We can just dunk something. We'll just dunk here. Dunk here, dunk here, dunk here. Could also just Plague, summon 3/1/5s, trade. Ugh, that sounds so mediocre. I think we just can't Direhorn. I think it's either Bone Mare or Warbear. Just not Direhorn. Probably just Bone Mare then. 10. Yeah, he needs a ping for the Bone Mare still, right? Mulch is in? It is? What set is Mulch? Oh, Grand Tournament. And we have Mukla and shit. Yeah. So this is not great on the board because he's got a very easy way to deal with it. But I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot harder for me to get a Bone Mare out of my hand than a Warbear. So I went with the Bone Mare to try and get him to trade. Because the more he trades, the more health we have, the more time we have, the more we can draw our big boys and win. We're paying more for minions because we played them Biggin. It's a 0 mana card that makes all your minions cost 1 more, but they all have +2/+2. It's very worth it, just sometimes it's a bit awkward, like our combo, we can't do it. Ooh, that 1/1 taunt is phenomenal. And he can't ping, okay. This is not good for him, right? Pretty good for us. Pretty good for us. We've actually played all our dragons. It's funny. All right. This is 9. This is 7. We need to get both the 1/1s into the 6 and 2. Which is a bit of a shame because I could trade off everything and get the Plague out of my hand. But in that case, you'd go trade, Plague, trade. But you could just Warbear, double trade the little guys. Could even Hero Power to save a 1/1 taunt. That's worth. This is going to go to 6, so you can double trade. Yeah, I think I'll just do the play I had in mind. The 2 1/1s going into the 6/2 is just very efficient. The more we slow the game down, the more we have a chance to get Direhorn down. I think the moment I can put Direhorn down and I'm not annoyed at the board state, we probably win. I think you can Direhorn and then Plague and then attack, overkill, summon things. Because I don't really want to just Plague. I want to Plague when I already have something on the board. Which is a bit counterintuitive because you get less, but the 1/5s will be protecting something as opposed to just dying to whatever he has. It'd be a lot easier if this thing costs 4. We could have just popped off this turn. If Plague costed 5, that's silly.
What to do?
This could never cost 5 for balance reasons, and you know it. Huge gun, you say? Pew! Alright, so one of his 1 mana things was a whiff. I think this is the Direhorn turn, right? Where we get to pop. Pop, 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 pop. Druid of the Claw also has terrible and big synergy. You just pay 1 mana more for it. That's it. Just permanent mana Wraith Aura. Because it's a 6/6 that'll transform into a 4/4 or a 4/6. Alright. Probably not a Plague turn. I think I'm just gonna charge the 7 and 2. How much damage do I have? 13, 14. Be fine.
Where shall I strike?
Boop. He doesn't have a card from the mulligan. I don't know what this is from, but it's inaccurate. It's a turn 9 card and he got it from... I'm trusting Deck Tracker more than whatever this is. Alright, so Rexar with a full mulligan. This is how we lose, chat. Ooh, this is how we lose. Alright, the plague came back, so we have a little bit of a slow. Probably not worth it. It's a 1 and 3. It's probably not going to do much. Whereas we could discover another taunt off it, potentially.
It's getting hot in here.
So he knows. Ooh. Bookworm probably does more than Evasive Draconid, right? It's such a sick tempo swing when it hits. Because we already have Taunt here. But now we have Shadow Word Pain on the stick. You just got turn 1 embiggened. Me condolences. Not even sure if that's great here. Don't have a play next turn. It's a monk ass. I think we're fine to play it, but it's still a bit monk ass. Actually gonna lose? Well, I mean, I have Gyro, I have Bookworm, I have Explorer, I have Plague Scavenger, so it's probably not too bad. You were considering Hungry Dragon? Nah. I mean, I think it's fair, but it's not. It's not how I like to play Terra. I like to take calculated risks. I don't like to play overly safe. I'm gonna get a huge swing on the board next round, so probably still okay. Like this is already like probably enough of a swing to bring it back. How good is a 3/9 taunt? It's on average pretty bad, I'd say. Yeah, food everywhere. Boink. All right. Mm-hmm.
We must stop this corruption.
Is Ysera even a thing for our deck? I think I'll just grab another taunt minion in this matchup.
First.
We've already played Embiggen, right? Because we could low roll it, and then I've paid 9 mana for 4/12. On average, it's obviously better. Pretty sick gyro here. Might want the hero power face to spawn the bear and have the bookworm kill it. Or we could go super slow and just trade the 1 and 2 and just never attack face. We're not a warrior or a priest, so at some point we will take too much hero power damage, but it's probably fine to not summon the bear. Misdirection could still be a thing, could take a lot of damage. It's unfortunate. Bone Mare would have locked them out, I guess. Deadly Shot is a thing, but I think you just play the big taunt and hero power, and next turn you combo. Even if he Deadly Shots, I think we have enough health to survive. Normally I would be more careful with putting my taunt out there, but you can just keep taunting because you're going to Plague and then you're going to Bone Mare, so that's already 2 turns of taunt. There's a Druid, that's 3 turns of taunt. Probably pick up another taunt by the time we run out, so there's no need to test for the deadly. You just keep taunting. Yeah, I think 2 3/7s here and a 2/3 on the board's probably good enough. Beats just, well, you could argue that a regular 4/6 and a Scale Rider is better because Scale Rider is a 5/5. It's gonna get hard to get Plague value after that because if he adds, yeah, oh, I don't know. I think I'll just do the thing and put more bodies on the board. Let's not overthink it too much. Oh, Cat Trick. That's fine, I guess. Cat Trick is probably a good tiebreaker to make that decision. You could say, if it's Cat Trick, probably not so good. You could do something else. It's a pretty terrible double trade. Yeah, we're fine though, we're fine. Scale Rider and Druid seems pretty good. Question is, do you want to charge it in here or just put a 4/6 in the way? How does the 4/6 get punished? Death Speaker and a damage. Tyrant and an Arcane Shot or something. I'll just charge it. I don't know. I feel like we're in a good enough position that even if I can't really think of something too common, it's probably fine. Because the chance that you get a Bone Mare off right now is pretty high. But I think, given that Cat Trick is a secret, I probably should have gone for the other play last turn.
I will purify the forest.
Yeah, he's just running out right now. Yeah, I don't know how he gets there. It's kind of an annoying. It's a very sad position for him to play. Is 2 damage worth more than a 4/1? 4/1? What did I do? What did I do? Can you repeat, please? Yeah, we'll just play cards. Deck tracker bugged. I'm not sure if this is tracker or... Let me see if there's anything else running. So many concedes with this deck. This deck just sits there. It's like the big guy that puts his hand on the forehead and the small guy is just like... Okay. That's kind of what's happening here. The dragons. The dragons. A draggy dragons.
Once upon a time.
It's just Bookworm, right? Was a big MVP there. I like these decks where you can just continuously make small bets where you don't invest a lot, but then the moment one bet pays off, it pays off big, right? So like with this Bookworm, if it doesn't pay off, it's whatever. But if it pays off, we probably win the game because it's going to be enough tempo for us to just cruise to the win. Plot twist. It's a plot twist. A little bit of a plot twist. Well, that is a very, very nice draw. feels like pounds. Just backstab. Backstab pretty good if all you're trying to do is survive. So we've got a big old whelp into either a 4/8 taunt or an active bookworm. Maybe Scorcher here, but unlikely. Probably pouncing this turn. Let's take one out. Just reducing damage is the name of the game. Just make sure you take less damage over the course of the next few turns. If he's forced to play a Spellkin here or something, we can eat this and free trade. So. If not, we might not even bookworm this. We'll see what opens up here. Ooh, that is just unnecessarily cruel, I will say. My deck doesn't need this kind of good luck. So you can bookworm, but I don't think it's necessary. I think you're in such a good position you can hold it to just high roll. But it feels over already again, right? Do I have any Melly Goose synergy? I have a Wrath. That is it. I'm probably better off taking a Brightwing then, to be fair. Something small to spend my mana on and potentially high roll again. I don't think I want to bother with Nosdorma with this deck either. I feel like I'm the one with more cards in my hand and decisions to make. And sit here with these dragons. How should I destroy you? Maybe this one, maybe this one. Alright. So we haven't played in Biggin, so my Bone Mare actually costs 8 for a change. I think you throw out another Discover, but you could also Spellkin and Hero Power kill that. It's probably fine to Spellkin and Hero Power. I feel like he's got the 2 damage, but that means we could just Bone Mare next turn and not care. Brightwing could give you Mally. Yay! I mean, I'd probably still prefer a 3/2 that gives me Mally than just picking a Mally. We might not even play Brightwing, but we're having good plays come up. He did not have the damage. Man, this Bone Mirror is gonna destroy him. Should probably have positioned around ramming speed. But is there a way to do that better? Like maybe like a minor upside, right? Right now he kills the 5/3 into the 7/2, I guess. No, he puts the 7/2 and hopes to hit Bone Mirror. So I guess what you could have done is you put the Bone Mirror on the left and then he doesn't have the 50% chance to kill off the Bone Mirror. Alright. Not my 7/2, please. Thank you. We're getting lucky. This is pretty silly. Alright, well, man, this is sort of embarrassment of riches at this point. Trying to figure out how I lose. I could get the quest rolling. How did we get UI? We didn't. This is all natural.
We must stop this corruption.
Oh my lord. This dragon is 6 mana. It's one of those just outrageously powerful cards where they used to respect the one or the other thing, right? It either had good stats or it had an effect. And then they started printing cards. So like what was one of the first cards to do this, right? Like Fugen was one of the first cards where you go like, oh, it's a 4/7 instead of a 4/6. It's like, wow, that's great. And then they printed a card like Nesting Rock. I think Nesting Rock was one of the first cards that really pushed the, oh no, we're going to give it a good effect and it's going to have good stats. And then you look at how harmless a nesting rock is compared to this crap, right? It's like, this is just like, oh, nesting rock, that's cute. Yeah, Primordial Drake, right? There's a lot of things. He should be dead, right? Yeah. All right. Put him out of his misery. Cabal Talon Priest is another premium example when they stopped giving a shit. You know, it might not proc, but hey, you got a Pit Fighter, so you just always pick it. It's not designed with Arena in mind, but it's definitely a side effect. Oh well, feels like another win, but he might have some of these guys as well, and then, you know, then it comes down to, does he hit the Deathwing? Can we outmaneuver the Deathwing and all that? Really feels like we're just cruising through the arena. Here we go. Yeah, he could have an Embiggen, but he didn't. It's funny, right? Gyrocopter is a card that you might think is completely broken, but it's such a puppy compared to everything else, right? It's good. Ooh. Is this a Wild Growth deck? Nah, right? We have plays. Let's probably grab the pounds for tempo. I think we have so much value. We just always make sure. I mean, we actually have Savage Striker as well, so turn 4 could be a very, very nice pounds turn. We could just deal 3 damage to 2 things. I could just kill a Water Alley or something, right? That would be the equivalent right now. Oh. I think we're quite happy to play it slow and preserve coin and everything. Boop 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 doo boop 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 doo. Quite good for him. But he has to hero power my face. Probably just... Oh, I guess he's thinking I always trade into that guy. So, let's go over our options. There's quite a few. The full balls to the wall tempo line is pound, Savage Striker, pew pew, clear the board, push 2. Then there's the more tempered one where you hero power, Savage Striker, face and your ping, kill the 5/2, 2/2 into the 1/2, save a pounce, take some damage on your 2/1, but you still have 0 mana, deal 2. Then there is the let's just trade into the 5/2 and coin a Cobalt Spellkin, save the Savage Striker, pounce synergy for later. I think I'm leaning there more than anything. Because yeah, we coin, but this can do so much work, so I don't think we have to give it up yet. And the 1 mana might make it so that we play that next turn. So good on him for ping and face. Actually worked out. So the next turn we have the secure the deck with the thing, and then we're getting claws, and oh my god, we can actually, oh man, we can do some very dirty things. We can we can eventually just slam a thing for 8 or something. Like 9. We can bring it up to 9. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. 6, no, 9, no, 7. We can make it up to 7. We don't have the other one anymore. Okay. So I think we do it now, right? We just deal 6 here. Pounds plus hero power is 3, and then 3 and 3. And then you get the secure the deck down to start generating claws. You could also buff some, that's fine, right? We have a good turn. Just delete the Druid of the Claw. It's pretty fun. I'm subbing if you kill him with a Giant Striker. It does not go face. It does not go face, unfortunately. Well, maybe for the best. It'd be kind of silly, right? Get some kind of aggro Druid to run this. But we didn't slam dunk our turn on turn 4 because it didn't really feel necessary, and we got to kill a 4/6. Oh, pretty good.
We must stop this corruption.
Boop. Oh my god, it's so silly, man. Like, oh, some cards should... Like, this doesn't belong in the arena. Should never be able to do that. I do really have the embarrassment of riches right now. I was like, I'm so sorry. My cards aren't fair. Unfair cards coming through. Excuse me. What is anything this deck is afraid of? Just drawing poorly and getting curved. That's pretty much it. Scorcher is okay-ish. That means we have to be careful for big old whelp, but Scorcher puts a 3/6 on the board for Bone Mare. Kind of okay with that. Preserves my 3/3. Get the claws as well. Imagine if there was a 4-mana counter to these unfair cards. No, Taro. No, man. No! No you. No you. I don't want it, man. It's like saying that MC Tech only had slightly above average stats or whatever. I was like, I don't want to hear it. So Kraut's Roaster could just dispatch of that. But Bone Mare, hit him in the face, move on with our life. It's probably better. I can't kill him with some crazy claw turn, right? Rawr, 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 rawr. Probably not. 6, 9, 10, no. Oop. Have you been offered Fairy Dragon in one of these discovers? It's entirely possible, but you just if there's a Ysera next to it, you just skip it, right? I have bad news for you, friend. Does that count? That was like the Savage Striker kill? I'm dunking him for 7. Right. Get clawed.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
That's an interesting one, because you'd like to keep this, but the chance that you hit a dragon is not super high, but I think I'll just go for it and skip turn 2 if I miss. Acceptable. Great, great. This is still like a really nice, just discovering a dragon, because every time I discover, I just have a chance to high roll. So I think in this deck you keep it. But it's a bit double, right? Because you're keeping your entire hand, so the chance you find a dragon's pretty low. But if you high roll, you get to play 2, 3, 4. Oh, I need a dragon. I need a dragon, man.
Shall we put a kink in their plans?
Even with this, right? This is a pretty terrible opener in terms of, you know, not finding the dragon and him getting the trade. I'm still pretty comfortable. We have the... Ooh, getting less comfortable. Right? Getting less comfortable. We are currently whiffing. Kekwait. And then he played the Death Speaker. Kekwait. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Need a hit here. Monka S. I'm gonna have to play a 3/3 for tempo. Yeah, this is the game where we are whiffing. Unfortunately. Could be entirely up to the mulligan, where it was just not correct to keep the 1 and 3. How many dragons are in here though? Maybe not as many as I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dragons. That's maybe not that many. No. Big ol' whelp has arrived. If I play Spreading Plague, I'm gonna end up with 1-1-5 versus a 2-2. I think I'm happy just playing it slow.
Once upon a time.
Evasive Worm seems quite necessary in this spot. I think we'll just trust our deck that we'll get enough value. We don't need the Ysera. Got the 2 plagues, so just play it slow, try to bait him in, and then boom. Big board. He's had a pretty good tempo opener, but we're healthy and kind of okay. That's pretty good for us. It's a slow turn. Just ping trade. Do we want to worm that? If we don't draw anything else, we probably do. It can't get pinged, so there's a chance it lives. I guess in terms of what could get hit by that, that's pretty fine. We'll play our last dragon, well, our one and only dragon. Oh yeah, I just said my one and only dragon. Yeah, I have to get one back then. That's pretty troll. Yeah. We're still on 27, although I'm getting a feeling we're gonna get smacked for at least 7 this turn. Probably Fireless Portal to 5/5, and then face for 9. And then I have to Spreading Plague. Fan into Backstab. Yeah, pretty much. That was fan into Backstab. I wouldn't want to play it this turn anyway, but I might want to play it next turn because it would fit Plague quite well. Especially if he does go for, if he goes for the portal and doesn't get a taunt, then this plus this can kill the 7. Not a portal. And does not intend to trade the Harvest Golem. Oh, I guess whatever, it just dies right now. Okay. Druid of the Claw. So we can mark the Golem to trade to 7 and 4 and put a 4/6 taunt down. And then next turn potentially Plague Strong Shell. If the Druid survives, that's a plus. Could also charge the Druid in and then taunt the Golem, but that just seems worse in every aspect. Yep. Okay, let's not do that then. Hey, next. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Merry Christmas. Much appreciated, man. You too. That's courtesy of the 7 Claw lethal, I guess. Yeah. Alright. We're not keeping our guy. But he might add a minion here. Let's see. It's quite annoying. So we can make 2 3/7s and put a Scavenger down. Or we could play a Mogushan, see if it's Entity, and then next turn go for another Plague. I feel like I just played a Scavenger this turn. And we'll cross the next bridge when we get there. Ooh. If he has a small taunt in his hands, this is going to hurt. Is there an ideal curve for this meta? It's pretty class dependent. And, well, it's much harder for me to make my curve documents because there's no buckets. Because you just get cards offered and you take them. You don't really go like, oh, you know, I don't really want this 2-drop, so I'm going to pick the 2 other shitty cards. you don't really do that. So it's like, oh hey, there's a 2-drop and 2 shitters. Let's take the 2-drop. So it's much harder for me to make a curve document for you guys without the bucket system.
We must stop this corruption.
Kinda want more value the way how it's going right now. But Evasive Worm is pretty high value anyway, right? And I get the upside of it being reactive. Let's just hope our deck pulls through. You go for card quality for the most part. Well, you don't screw the curve, but yeah, it's hard to explain. You just look at which card is the best, and then you have that foundation and you build around that. So you'll still make a pick that is lower value because the deck requires that curve. But that's going to be different every draft. That's why I'm not really a fan of no buckets. It's a lot harder for me to explain what is good and what is not. All right, so he's got a coin and 2 scavengers. He might be running out of value here. I think we can try to be a little cheeky. Mogashan Warden was just a glorified hero power. But if I draw it before I'm big, and it's pretty much always going to be that. Oh, he's going to take the pump here. Which makes me feel better about my Evasive Worm. It's very considerate. Rough game, but we're kind of getting there. Let's see. He had a good Tyrant. He could have another good Tyrant now. He's got 1 more Scavenger and 3 cards we don't know anything about. Unless I've missed some kind of a Dragon trigger earlier. But I think that was a Tyrant, right? The Roaster.
You look very familiar.
Ooh, if he jams the taunts here. Not that many reasons for him to not do it, so I'm interested. Oh no, of course he wants to keep it for the Scavenger. No, he doesn't. He definitely keeps them. Yeah, I just realized. As I was wondering, hey, what's the other? Oh, never mind. Wow. I don't agree with that at all, but I like it. I'm gonna Wrath 1 for 1 damage here and cycle. Probably gonna Plague as well this round. Because we need to get rid of the taunts so they don't get buffed. Wow, yeah, that's I would not have done that. I would have kept it. It could be that he has a 6 mana taunt and he doesn't have the mana to play both of them in the same turn anyway. So this is a 6 mana taunt, maybe, but if not, it doesn't really make sense. He's not sniping. No, he's not sniping. Ooh, dude, that hurts. Mistakes were made. A big untargetable minion, you say? I don't know if I like that more than protecting it. If I put Bone Mirror on this thing, I would have to trade both of these into hero power into the 4. That sounds like such a bad deal. I think that 5/3 free killing the 2/5 and then buff this thing and just slam. That feels better. I think I can hold it for one turn for AoE.
For the wild.
We're not really on the clock. There's still 2 6-drops, a 7-drop in the deck. There's a Fire Tree. Spellkin can give us some more stuff.
What to do? What to do?
Is that a I'm going to Blast Wave you hit? Because it sure feels like it. Which makes me feel okay about my Raven hold. Yeah, that is definitely I'm going to Blast Wave you hit. Boosh. And then I'm assuming there'll be a suicide on the 4-1, and we hope he didn't find anything to deal with my 5-7, well, 5-3.
Time runs out on me.
Alright. Sort of a whiff. He still has to pre-hit, unless he suddenly has loads of burn. Pretty amazing turn for the Direhorn to come down. No pressure, so... If nothing dies, we might pull lethal out of here. Although he's got 2 random mage spells, so... Box, oh god, please no. Don't remind me. Gets an answer to my boy, unfortunately. Oh no. Okay, I saw him ping the Raven. I was like, wait, he doesn't have another coin, right? Oh, that's great, a dud. Unless he's actually got the elemental.
A simple spell.
For the wilds.
Slap the health on there in case he finds the Flame Strike. Is Box draftable? It is not. Thank God.
Looks like I'm here just in time.
By moon and spear.
That took a while.
You win.
I think there was this game-defining moment where he tempos the mirror images.
Let the hunt begin.
I must protect the wild.
Huntar. Oh, how excellent. I don't even know if it's that amazing against Hunter, because I feel like he still just kills us. But we have a great turn 3. And 5 and 6 are taken care of, so just need 4. Preferably 2, right? If I had a 2 here, it's amazing.
Prove your worth.
Ooh, opponent be poppin'.
For the wild.
The start was rough without the dragon. It's true, yeah, we had to tempo some stuff. That's also a key skill when, you know, you're playing that kind of a deck. Knowing when to just let go of something. Like that Scale Rider just had to hit the board. Ooh. That's an amazing... So Fire Plume's been working out, right? Fire Plume's been working out, baby. Look at that. Oh, that is disgusting. And beautiful. But mainly disgusting. Kind of want to hit the hot air balloon and preemptively ping here. Is that a 4-mana baited arrow? It sort of is. You could also just slap the taunt on here and trade, but then he might just deadly. So.
By moon and spear.
It sounds kind of weird to kill the hot air balloon there, but I've had it pop off against me. That's pretty annoying when it does. Yes, Emotic. Okay. That makes sense, that makes sense. We can actually kill this and then buff at some point. Kind of funny. I think I'll just charge. I don't want to get wrecked by a thing, right?
Where shall I strike?
Stop distracting me. We're gonna go quite low, but hopefully we just lock him out on turn 7. This is exactly why I didn't want to make a 4/6. So I could have a 4/5 on an empty board, or I could have a 4/8 taunt against 1 dread scale. I think I'll just take the 4/8 taunt and hope we get away with it. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. There are 2 spreading plagues in the deck. I think if we're playing seriously, I probably take the Bone Drake. So the right pick is the Bone Drake. Now I want to see whether we want to meme around. I think if we were at a lower win, I would want to do it. But I don't think we're going to have time to do it against this guy. You got to know when to meme, right? And chat's like, you always meme. And then you lose, and you're like, oh shucks.
Yeah, it'll grow back.
Oh, he didn't kill the taunt. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong for not killing the taunt, eh? So it's a pretty decent strong shell turn now, because you just get the boop boop. It's tempting to like play other stuff and then get the taunt and do all that. Let's go ahead and do this. 9 and 3? Wait, what is this? Oh, because I didn't pick the thing. Sure. Start armoring up for all that. He picks Alex because of chat, blames himself, ends the stream. Well, you do know me. We can lock him out of 1 hero power at some point. This is the turn where he tyrants. 7/7 probably makes more sense. I like gaining the armor. Dragon Queen would have been active, chat. What have I done? Pepe Hands, this streamer. Saboteur is bugged. What is wrong with it? It would have worked. You monster. It didn't overload your hero power? Oh. That is crucial information that we might need. But look at that 6 mana card fitting so nicely here, guys. Look at that Tyrant not killing anything. He had the dragon Pepe left. Choo choo. Oh yeah, my Saboteur did go off, yeah, earlier. We blocked a mage hero power who was confused.
Well fought, I concede. I will fight with honor.
I'm keeping the Explorer because I have a lot of dragon synergy. And it's a 4/8 taunt that gives me another dragon. Ooh, we have a very, very high tempo of play available.
Reporting for duty. For the wild.
Ride the polar bear express.
I see your weakness.
For the wild.
Not in a rush. Are you back to Arena permanently? No, I'll probably play other games at some point. I want to say permanently.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. At some point, I'll probably have to play some WoW on stream if I want to keep ranking. So I'll have to see whether I want to go for rank 12 or rank 13, maybe 14. But probably, I don't know, man. The weapons are really great. That's some Mork. Oh, happy go. Happy gul. Happy gul. This is a tricky part now. This is where Seal of Champions knocks you out. Nice draw, is it though?
Once upon a time.
That's the nuts.
Time waits for no one.
Why didn't you coin the Historian? I value to coin more. Historian was only a 1 and 3 on the board. It's got a life steal kind of guy. No. Why not clear the Scalebane? Did you see what was next to it? I did. It didn't look very good to leave that up. Might even say that it looked pretty bad to leave that up. In case you missed it, it was a giant attack Winged Fury minion. This was next to it, right? No, where is it? I can't see it anymore, but it was a gyro that got buffed. So that's 14 damage. That's disgusting. We're gonna be out of Seal of Champions range though. Ooh, baby. I think we sit. Tyrant clears it. Yeah, I think we sit.
We must stop this corruption.
I'm out of dragons, right? I can make this into a 10 health taunt and then do Plague and pop off. Hopefully it's enough for us to not lose the game. Trade and Tyrant is pretty normal here.
Follow the rule.
The Peacekeeper. Battlegrounds. So if we go for Crusher plus Mark, we're going to end up with a 10 health taunt. We're dead to a Silence, but Silence was pretty good here already, right? If we get Tyranted, this will go to 6. 6 will be this. We're not dead. I think we stick to the plan. What is the best class for Arena? Hunter, Paladin, and Druid are up there because they have very good Dragon Discover cards. Mage also has a pretty decent one. That's not quite as good. Did he trade? Oh, he traded. That's a big trade. Oh, yes. We held, man. We were cool in our, like, hold! Fire! Fire the scarabs! Alright. To be fair, we really held our plague, right? Like, we really held our plague. I think the trade is interesting on his end, because he had taunts, right? Then again, he's like, well, I have Kraken on the board. Who cares? Ooh. I'm biggin' on a stick. I'm biggin' on a stickity stack. Might have to charge 4 in there. We'll see. Woo! Oh man, we had the whole playing into plague again. No, now you draw the other one. Boom. What was the danger in going phase? Like a buff, and then we kill a 7/7 or something. I didn't like his play, but it's fine. All right, so probably 5 drops. Dunk. Dunk. Sure. I think you play Big Alt Whelp just to draw and cycle. Ooh. Are you good here? I could trade 3 in here. AoE. This is that. I don't like it. Okay, good talk.
Where shall I strike?
It's all about preserving more taunt on the board right now, so just keeping our boys healthy seems like the better move. Yep. He has to do that. If we can get the Dire Horn up and running here, we're probably fine. I think we can. All right. Yeah, we're fine. Feels good, man. These are small decisions, but they might have some weight. You definitely want to stay on more than 4 because of the Kraken. I think I'm honestly fine just preserving. No, let's kill the dude. Let's do like half and half, right? Because then I get to push 3 phase. That might matter. But I don't think I try to maximize taunt health over phase health. Big boy.
The victory
Ooh, man, that was fun. He was attacking really well. You're thinking Scalebane keeps snowballing? Well, yeah, but I'm not saying that it's... So, earlier the statement is, would it be good to kill a Scalebane? Yes, of course, but at what price? Am I going to take 14 damage from Wind Fury Minion? Probably not. So, like, I want to kill the Scalebane. It's, yeah. You need to see when it's acceptable to leave the other thing alive and when it's not. And taking 14 is just... It's not acceptable. I'm keeping Explorer because I have quite a bit of Dragon Synergy cards. Saboteur is just a 4-3. Not quite that good. Alright, it's a bit of a whiff. That's definitely a game that I won because I played Constructed. Constructed taught me that as well, that it's not always just about what's looking the best for this turn. You need to think several turns ahead. Because sometimes you get a little bit too stuck in the arena mindset of like, oh, just make the biggest power turn here. And that's going to do well for you a really high amount of the time. But if you want to push your average like that little bit further, you're going to have to make some decisions that aren't, you know, that don't look too optimal in the moment, but it makes sense in the long run. Isn't Biggin as good as it was hyped to be? Yeah, for sure, for sure. It gives your entire... It's essentially Kalaseth, but slightly worse, but always active when you draw it. So it's definitely better than a Kalaseth on average, but it's not better than, let's say, a constructed Kalaseth deck in my findings, in my experience. Okay, what are our options here? We can Hero Power to 3-3, Ankle Biter to 4-3 and trade, or we can just Scale Rider to 4-3 and trade. Have a 2-1 and a 3-3. Next turn, 5 mana, we could just play the Spellkin, we could play the Ankle Biter. If you go for the Ankle Biter now, you might go for the Scale Rider Hero Power next turn. Excuse me. We should probably go for maximum tempo here and push. It also means that we don't take the 3 from preemptively hero powering. It's probably also better against the Blood Razor.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Someone's gotta lead the charge. That guy's got a pretty good voice line. Hey, healing. Nice. Nice. Do you prefer Paladin or Druid? I got a lot more Druid runs, so I'm much more comfortable with that. I think this is like number 4 or 5. I haven't played that much Arena yet. I think I've done 1 or 2 Pallies and 4 or 5 Druids. That's just so powerful, man. My brain was like Scorcher, but we do have Taunt for Ysera in the end and a Bone Mirror. Let's pick the Ysera. We're defending, but we don't know how high value his deck is, and Ysera is a powerhouse, and we can taunt her. Because the problem with Ysera is you play it and they go face, and then you die. Or we can Bone Mirror or mark her. Alright, let's go over our options. Let's not play too fast. I don't dislike just jamming the Direhorn, because he's in a position where he's going to have to kill that, which means it's like playing a 7/7 taunt. But you could also tidy up some stuff here. You can think of Tyrant here and how bad that could be, especially because he can buff it with the Tasty Fish. If you go for the Direhorn and you trade the 3, this goes to 5. He'll trade the Tasty Fish in here, Then he'll play the thing, and then ugh, it's quite terrible, to be honest. So maybe we should make a play that's completely different. Hero Power Savagery deals... Actually, we could just make a big boy. Let's see, I think I definitely want to slap health on this. Hero Power, Savagery this. And just give it more health, right, to play around Tyrants. This should be the best play around the big boy Tyrant coming in. It's one big minion as opposed to the 2 minions he can chunk. And then you're likely to have a Bone Mare target. He's one off killing it. Oh ho ho. Well, my friend, what you can do, I can do. So we go up to 11 health. It's still one off. He'll have stuff to put the 5/5 in. We could also just jam the Warbear, but this is 5, right? I think I'll be pretty happy with this. It's also not a great Tyrant. I think that's a big question you have to ask yourself when you're going into their turn 8. How good is Tyrant here? If Tyrant's pretty good, you probably don't want to make that move. Will you be on a while longer? Nah, I'm probably off after this one, Sene. I've been going offline a little earlier lately, and this is already a bit later. I mean, I could just Warbear it. Oh, I don't hate that play indeed. The Cheaty preemptively. It's not bad. I was looking at maybe Direhorn and Cheaty, but I do like denying him the option of going phase. And then he could use his Tyrant now to not such great effect, right? I think I like it. We have a Ysera in the hand. Just grab another thing that can taunt. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Tyrant come out now. It's a high win warrior and the card is very good. Oh. Not quite what I had in mind, but sure, I was right. Haha. I like that play though, the preemptive Cheaty. It's good. Alright, so we have the board. Let's put our girl out there. Called it! Yep. That's kind of the downside of Tyrants, right? It's not very aggressive. It's got a lot of health, but it's not exactly an ideal minion to kill a Ysera with. Cindy, on the other hand, does a bit more. We do not want to kill those things. It's another complex stage of the game here. So we're getting a second dream spell regardless. We could fall into the trap of trying to protect the Ysera too much. But you could just Warbear, that's sort of the instinctive line. But I'm not putting a hell of a lot on the board. I could just Dragon Discover, put a 7/7 down, and let him have Ysera. And then start overkilling stuff with this. Get a 3/5 down as well, and not give up my one reactive card. I do have a taunt here. I think I'll start off with this. I think I've deemed that I don't want to do this. So. You know, you got to get your backup Ysera. I know in Dogjet. You've got to make sure you have your backup Ysera, because I don't know exactly how good this one is compared to this one. So this. You gotta draw him in with the bait Ysera and then play the real Ysera after that. I don't know, just giving up the Warbear here feels wrong. I might have to pull the trigger here. Oh, we can't kill everything. That's good. So he's gonna get his legendaries, but we get the clear, which is great. If we had a coin, we could just coin the Ysera. So Trade Awakens leaves us with 8 mana. 8 mana means we could play this and this, We could play this, but we don't have a... Well, I guess I could play a Guardian. Let's do first things first, right? I like getting the aggressive stat line on the board, so I think I'm just gonna do that. We're in a spot where we can start threatening his life total. The upside of putting the 3 and 9 down is you have some taunt for Ysera, but it's fine. Oh my god, not this again. Well, at least we have a good time for Ysera now. Again! Some borst. Some very nice borst. So this is a card. $19, $16, $18, $19, $11, $13, $18, $19. Okay. I still have 8 mana left. GG. I will say that I think the deck is that good that we still go 12 without it. It's just, it's a bit of an outrageous deck. Plague carried hard, right? See, this is the kind of curve that you probably don't want to draft normally, but because the deck was so synergistic, it made a lot of sense. The Plagues really helped you recover. The Scavenger Plague combo was great. Scale Riders are obscene when you have dragons. Wrath was pretty good to help you not die. Pound's Savage Striker helped out quite a bit. All the dragon synergy stuff is outrageous, right? You have your Technician, Witch Doctor, Nether Spite. You have your boys here who give you your win conditions. The Druids felt pretty garbage, to be honest, because Embiggen makes them into 6/6s and then they turn into 4/6s or 4/4s. Direhorn, while strong, didn't really feel that great because it doesn't have taunt. Anything that gives you taunt helps you just stabilize. Spellkin gave us some quite good stuff. Big Ol' Whelp was fine, right? It's a strong card, but you know, it's just a really strong set. Mogashan actually was okay, just being able to play a taunt. Mark of Nature was very good, right? Allowed us to make the 6/6 into a 6/10 taunt. Yeah, overall, very, very synergistic deck. Deck made a lot of sense. Everything worked well together. So, just super nice. Thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't have played to be fair, right? Because I've been live for 8 hours now. I've been trying to do 6 to stay fresh and, you know. But I mean, this deck, it wasn't... Although we had some difficult turns to really optimize,